Alright guys, so this is kind of exciting. We apparently have a vampire. Let's see. They have found a dwarven child. Monum Akatha blah 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 blah. Has been found dead, completely drained of blood. So one of our dwarves is a vampire. This is actually kind of exciting. Let's see, whose room is this? Nobody owns this room, so extra exciting because the vampire was smart enough to take them in here and kill them that way. So I'm kind of stoked. We finally get to see how the justice screen works. Yeah, cool. So here's the crime, the murder of this dwarven child. The witness found the body on this date. So we gotta wait for our captain of the guard to do his business. He's gotta do his investigation, and then we will figure out who is the culprit. So this should be pretty exciting. As you can see, everyone is down here freaking out. The child will be buried here. Yeah, see, there he is. He's already in his resting place. So we have 3 dead dwarves. One from being an idiot, one from defending our fortress, and one from being murdered. Murder! So it's pretty. I know I keep saying it's exciting, but I mean, like, it's pretty cool to see all this new stuff in action. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just go ahead and cut the video here, and once we find out what's going on, hopefully the vampire doesn't kill anyone important. I would hate for him to murder someone I actually need, and hopefully it was just one of the dwarves that just got here, not a dwarf that has been here for a while. Although, oh, how about that? Some migrants just showed up while I'm chit-chatting with you guys. So they came at a bad time, or a good time, depending on how you want to look at it. Alright, so let's see how many doors we have. We have 1, 2... Well, no, that's a duck or a goose. That's a bunny. Bunny. I haven't been putting any animals in the pen lately, so they might be all wondering about. How is that guy already injured? How is that guy already injured? What is wrong with you? He's like, ugh, wow! This guy is messed up. What the hell, man? Okay, so let's see. Health. Ability to grasp someone impaired. Let's see what he looks like. Man. No, we want... Her left hand is gone. She's 120 years old. Where's the description? This guy's murdered 5 dwarves. Has sustained minor injuries lately. Yeah, I'll say, your entire body is jacked up. Okay. She's muscular, she has a clear voice, her lips are thick, she has deeply recessed chin and ears are somewhat short. Her hair is gray with flecks of black. Medium-length hair is arranged in double braids. Skin is raw umber. So the only distinguishing thing about her, she's missing a hand, but the rest of her is just all messed up. All that yellow. So that's interesting. Another ranger. You get a lot of rangers. Was that like 4? Yeah, we're up to 4 dwarves. Man, this is a really good playthrough. I'm having a lot of fun with this one. 5 dwarves. Yak, looks like. Or an ox. A doggy. I actually need to train some more. I don't think the dogs have been... I don't think the war dogs have been breeding, which is probably a new thing. And I stopped counting. It doesn't really matter. We got another kid for the vampire to eat. Looks like an administrator. guy. I'll just go ahead. You know what? Eh. Another kid for the vampire to eat. Goat of some kind. So, so that one dwarf who was all messed up came in and immediately dropped. She was spawned with a glove and a mitten, but because she doesn't have a left hand, they immediately fell off. That's funny. So all these guys are making their way inside. So we're up to 114. Check out this guy just hanging out here. Still there, man. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. Up to 115. So I'm sure a lot of those dwarves are gonna be using. Like we're actually at about. Well, no, because a large portion of this is still kids. So depending on how many adults come with this one, I actually might end up making another squad. We have quite a few rangers that have been coming, so I'll probably end up making another archer squad. It'd be nice to have another melee squad, but you know, we'll just have to see what happens. I'll probably end up having 2 and 2. But, so yeah, this is pretty cool. So I'll be back once the season changes or something develops with that vampire. So I'll be back. Alright guys, so I didn't actually get the chance to show you when it appeared because that last recording messed up and I didn't feel like saving it and doing post commentary. So I'll just go ahead and show you. We have another super beast. As you can see, it is right over here. And it is a Minotaur child. Pretty much the exact same description as the last Minotaur. Giant humanoid monster with the head of a bull. She's average in size. Her hair is brown, skin is color. You know, I mean, I'm sure the description of her right here is different. But, so yeah. New super beast. Or mega beast, they're called. I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another. So we have to deal with trying to find out who the vampire is, and we have to kill a mega beast. But I'm not really too worried since it says child, and the last one to show up just got its, the last Minotaur was actually a full-grown Minotaur, and it just got, destroyed. So not too worried about it. I did finish setting up my archery range. Just kind of a real quick, brief description. If you don't know how to set up an archery range, you want to build archery targets, which is very easy to do. You just go into build, and then it's right here at the bottom, capital A, archery target. So you put them wherever you want to put them, and then you go to queue, and you make a room, and you set it up as archery, and then you select the squad. In this case, it's the Palisades of Speech. You set them up to train in that room. And then they'll go in and they'll shoot at the targets and gradually increase their marksman skill. Now the important thing to look at is right here where it says shoot from. So it'll be top to bottom because our archery target, and it's from the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen, but you can also do from right to left, left to right, and bottom to top. But we want to do top to bottom because that's the way we have this archery range set up. It is very important to look at that because, like, say I accidentally had it set up to do bottom to top, but I've done this before. If you have that, what they'll do is they'll try to get on this side of the targets and shoot at them, but they can't because there's no room. So they'll just walk in and they'll be up, like standing right up against the archery targets, trying to shoot at close range, which is pretty stupid because that's not the point of it. Now this is kind of short, but the range on this, I don't think the range on this particularly matters. As long as they're shooting at it, they'll gradually, as long as they're shooting with the crossbows, they'll gradually get better with them. Animals are talking to me. Or my animals are talking to me, they're making a lot of noise. I don't think you can hear me stop talking. But anyway. So yeah, so that should be it. once the Minotaur gets close enough for us to shoot and or beat her to death, I'll come back and update you on that. Hopefully that vampire won't kill too many more people before we catch him, because as you can see, if we go to justice, like here's the crime that happened. If we go to convict somebody, we can convict someone, but all of these guys have no witnesses. See, no witnesses, no witnesses, no witnesses. So there was no witness to the crime. The vampire might try to blame somebody, but we'll see how that goes. Once there's some updates with that, I'll definitely come back and let you guys know. But that should be it for now. We'll be back once we kill that Minotaur, most likely, or once the season changes. Alright guys, so just a real quick update that I wanted to share with you. That Minotaur, or child Minotaur, whatever. So, here she is. She's right here coming towards us. She is fast. Like, super fast. Like, check this out. I'm gonna pause it. Okay, now the game's gonna run slow and make me a liar. Yeah, that's awesome. But she's a quick one. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and shut this gate because now she's close enough to it to where my Mark stores can take shots at her. I hope I have enough ammo. Ammunition. Yeah, we got plenty of ammo. But a lot of these are forbidden. I probably shouldn't have done that because there's people outside. Or no one's outside, but someone's going to run out and try to grab those bolts now. But see if we can't get this door closed before she gets in or someone gets out. There's a bunch of animals on my... Okay, good. None of them were hit. So no one's taking any shots at her. For reasons unknown to me. Maybe they don't have any ammo. Well, here's... Okay, so... We're gonna risk it. Just cause. So we want... the Brute Squad. And the Marks Dwarves. There they go, they're shooting at her now. As soon as that door opens... I'm gonna let them loose. Just killed a baby cow. I hope that wasn't a pet. Okay, here we go. And they are off. Hopefully we can get her before she gets my yak. Or whatever that is. This Minotaur really hates animals. So while they're chasing her down, I'm going to check to see if this was a pet. Hopefully it was not. Oh good, it was just a stray. This one might be a pet though. Let's check. Nope, also a stray. So, no problem. Now hopefully while we're off busy with this Minotaur, however you like to say it. Oh no, some of my military have babies with them. This could end poorly, or awesomely, depending on how you look at it. Baby projectile. There we go. I don't know where my Brute Squad is going, but they're going in the wrong direction. Okay, she's incapacitated by the bolts, and... Killing stroke? She's drowsy, I think is what that one means. Come on, take her down. You can do it. Something was cut off of somebody. Almost there. Almost there. Come on, guys. She's on the run. And dropped her. Hoo-ha! Alright, so let's come out of this and make sure she... Nope. Ah, spoke too soon. Still alive. Got all excited. I just thought she was dead because I didn't see her. There we go. And... Minotaur's corpse. Huzzah! Alright, let's see how that fight went down. So we want to go to fighting reports. Minotaur child is fighting. 14-page. Wow! Okay. So these first ones are all going to be just the Minotaur tearing apart the bull and... Yeah, see all these red ones are the Minotaur tearing into the water buffalo and the bull. Okay, so here we go. So here's where my military comes in. So not a whole lot of damage. Chipped the bone, tore a tendon, tearing the muscle in the right leg. She immediately drops. Bashes her in the head with a silver mace, bruising the muscle. Okay, so like the macemen are making a lot of moves to hit people in the head, which I like. That's pretty much where they need to be trying to crack people. But this Minotaur looks like it got off a lot easier. It's a lot more resilient than the last one. The last one took one shot to the head and went down like a bag of oats. This one has taken quite a few hits. Like, look, this is at least one in the head, just bruised the muscle, tore the upper spine. Another one in the head, bruised the muscle and bruising the spine. A third one into the head, bruising the muscle and bruising the skull. No, that was just while she was unconscious. But then she got up, got on her lower arm, lower body, a lot of bruising. Marksdorf got her in the foot, got her in the arm, upper arm. So pretty much they... it was mostly my mace dwarves. Well, I mean, statistically that's more likely because half my squad is mace dwarves. It doesn't look like a whole lot. It looks like it's mostly bruising and a couple of Here we go. Wow, okay, so the Swordsdorf slashed her and managed to cut the bone in her foot, which is... that's pretty hard hit. The upper back and the teeth. Nice. Hit her so hard in the face, knocked her teeth out. I shouldn't really be... I mean, this is technically a kid, a child, that we just beat the living snot out of. Man. Look, cut the artery. Like, this thing could take a lot of damage. I mean, look at this. We're only on page 6. And we've done all this damage to her. A lot of... mostly bruising, but a lot of arteries being cut, a lot of other things being messed up. And she lasted for a while. She got sick. Mostly right here I'm looking to... Okay, she became enraged. Any red text is bad. Bruised one of our guys. Okay, and here's where the Brute Squad got to her. So you can see all of their sharp implements. The axes, the spears, the swords, they're all getting lodged in the wound and then removed. Wow, okay, even a mace got lodged in a wound. Shot is blocked. So our military is doing pretty good. Pretty good. Like, you know, we had some trouble in the first skirmish, but I mean, arrows are dangerous against people who are not properly armored. And yeah, so this is a pretty good fight. I'm really starting to enjoy these skirmishes. I must say, when I first started playing the game, I was very afraid to send my military out because I was like, what if they die? But it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, as long as you have them as long as you get the military set up as soon as possible, or as soon as it's feasible, I should say, because you don't want to, like, you know, take your first 7 and put them all in the military, because then no work's going to get done. But I mean, as long as you have the military up and running relatively early and constantly training, I mean, you're always going to have guys to replace them if they do die. So as long as they're properly equipped in their training, I mean, you know, I mean, there's things like this. That's 2 Mega Beasts that I've dropped. I mean, granted, they were not too terribly tough. I mean, they're just little... Well, I guess they're not really even counted as Mega... I mean, those were just regular creatures. But still, I mean, what is that? 2 ambushes that we fought off, and 2. I'll just call them special beasts, I guess, because they're minotaurs. But I mean, that's all they were was minotaurs. I mean, they didn't have any special abilities or anything like that. They were just, I guess, dangerous creatures. So, 2 creatures that were dangerous enough the game felt a need to announce, and 2 ambushes that we fought off now, with only 1 casualty to our military. And we know none of these guys are actually vampires, because they were all around before that last migrant wave. Or not the last one. One of the last 2 migrant waves brought a vampire. But yeah. So, pretty eventful. The last migrant wave brought us up to 115. So, doing alright on that front. Man. Crazy. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here, and once something happens or the season changes, I'll come back and update you as to what's going on. Hey guys, just one more quick thing before I cut this video again. I just wanted to as I was rewatching the footage from the fight, I noticed that I kind of skipped over something kind of important. I didn't notice it as the fight was going on. I didn't really notice it as I was reading through the fight report the first time, because really, for whatever reason, whenever I'm looking through to see which dwarves are doing what damage, I just look to see like the first 2 letters of whatever their name is. Like, so I'd see HA and I immediately know it's a hammer dwarf, or I see MA and I immediately know it's a mace dwarf. I need to stop doing that, because I was doing that with this. As you can see right here, this is Mark's dwarf. So I see MA and I immediately just assume it's a mace dwarf, but this is a Mark's dwarf. And if you go back and look right when the brute squad gets to the minotaur, actually we can even see it on this battle report. Like if we go all the way up to the first page, or not the first page, that's way too far back. But as you can see here, these are all bolts. And then, my mace dwarf comes up, and then another mace dwarf, and another mace dwarf. But then here this says the Mark's dwarf bashes. So this is a Mark's dwarf who decided, like, either he doesn't have any ammunition on him, or he decided it would be a better use of his skills to run up and smash the minotaur in the arm with his crossbow. So that's not good. If my Mark's dwarfs are going to make this a habit, I need to replace their wooden crossbows with something a little bit heavier. Probably iron or steel crossbows. Or even silver crossbow, but anything really with more heft to it than a wooden crossbow. Because I can't have them, I mean, that's going to end up being a double-edged sword, really, because these guys, these particular Mark's dwarves are my city guard. So now that I'm saying that out loud, I might want to leave them with wooden crossbows, because any justice that has to be done in the city they're going to take care of. And if they feel the need to attack somebody, if they have something heavier, like, they won't use the crossbows to shoot someone, but they will use them to beat people with. Right now it's about a 50-50 chance between me keeping them with wooden crossbows or just replacing them with metal ones. Right now, since I'm still running on wood on charcoal and things like that to power my metal industry, I'm probably not going to replace them with metal anytime soon. So they'll probably end up keeping wooden crossbows. I'll just have to make sure to keep them properly supplied with bolts, so that the whole running up and smashing people with the crossbow doesn't work. It's like, hey buddy, you're doing it wrong. That is for shooting, not for smashing. Alright, pistol whipping is not effective. But so yeah, I just thought that was funny. I mean, and if you go through here and look, there are a lot of instances in the Mark's dwarf, like, see, Mark's dwarf bashes, and like they're using, their bows a lot, or crossbows a lot. There's even an instance or two of a Mark's dwarf punching her. Yeah, here it is. Oh, no, that's base dwarf. Bashes. I don't know where it is. I know I saw it earlier where it said Mark's dwarf punches, but so I gotta make sure that doesn't happen. And the best way to do that is to keep them properly supplied with ammo of some kind. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I thought it was humorous. Sometimes, man, my animals make so much noise, and it is not normally I don't care, but when I'm recording, it's just disruptive. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that, so I'll be back once something else happens or the season changes.